guys, and welcome to CMJ Live. I want to say hi to all my fans watching there, friends watching there. All right, and if you're looking at the show right now, you're wondering, okay, where's Chuck's guess? You know something? I wanted to do something different for this show. I've been in business for 10 years. This month is my 10-year anniversary, and people keep asking me, you know, how was it? Congratulations. What did it take? What did you have to do? So I wanted to come to you and show you some of my tricks and tips of being in business. But before I get into that, let me give you a little backstory on how I got into business. So I've always been in the entertainment field. I started dancing at the age of 7. You know, I used to be the Michael Jackson impersonator. You know, when Toys R Us used to have their dance competitions way back when, I used to do those. I used to always in fashion shows, always doing modeling, always doing different entertainment. So I was always in the entertainment field. You know, you could see some of my old videos if you look at Next. You know, Google Next and go look at Beauty Queen. And that gentleman you see walking on the street, talking to the lovely lady. Yes, that's me. Back in the days when I had hair, all right, looking all good, you know what I mean? And if you look at some back at Salon Paradise calendars, big shout outs to Salon Paradise calendars. I did Salon Paradise calendars for 3 years. And Mr. Caribbean, big shouts out to Dave Smith, Ian, April. I did Mr. Caribbean for about 10 years. So I was always into the fashion world. Miss Ghana, Miss Africa. I did all the beauty pageants. So my true passion was in entertainment. So one year, a good friend of mine named Nick Alampi, Andrews Formals, big shouts out to Andrews Formals, Tuxedo Rentals and Sales, and they're located at 1558 Eglinton Avenue West. You know, he brought me into the bridal show one year. He asked me to help him out. And then it snowballed. I saw the atmosphere, I saw the business, and he actually, you know, challenged me to open up my own business and show my talents of what I've done in the industry. So it kind of took off from there. Working with Richard Banton, big shouts out to Richard Banton, radio dub plate from back in the day. It was CHRY 105.5, the Beat FM. I did radio with him. So we put the two together, and I came up with my own company called CMJ Entertainment. So 10 years from now, this is where I am now. We've expanded, we've grown. My partners, we have over 26 partners within my company. We go Canada-wide. We even do shows in New York, Jamaica, and we do all facets of entertainment, all facets of marketing. You know, we do it all. So with that being said, I wanted to help some new people coming into the industry about some key points that you have to learn about that maybe it can help you out. I learned from it, and hopefully that you can learn from it as well. So we're going to start with sponsorship. I get to these questions all the time when people hire me to do an event, and I'm doing the event, but then they're trying to get sponsors for the event, and they're not getting sponsorships, or they're not getting people jumping on board. And there's some key things when you're looking for sponsorships that you need to start off with. All right, so get a pen and paper. You got to write some of these down, and we're going to go through it. And here also too, if you want to ask me a question, you can call into the studio. The number is right there behind me, 647-931-4701. All right, so let's start off with sponsorship. When it comes to sponsorship, before you even send out a package, before you do anything, you have to write down what is the value of your event. I don't care if it's a fashion show, a hair show, a gala, a party, whatever your event is, what is the value of your event? And what I mean by what is the value, someone's going to sponsor you. They need to know what they get out of your event. So for example, if you're doing, let's talk about if we're doing a gala, okay? So first off the bat, how many people are you getting at your gala? That's number one. You know what I mean? Because numbers bring in sponsors. So if you're having, like, say, you know, 30 people, 40 people compared to 1,000 people, it might be more interested for a sponsor because they're getting more traffic, more people looking at their brand. Okay? You need to know the value on it, how many people it's reaching, who is your demographic, who's coming to it. Is it going to be teenagers from 18, 16 to, like, say 21? Is it the older generation that you need to market to? What is the value of your event? Because once you determine the value of your event, then you can go out and really pinpoint the right sponsors for your event. Okay? So you have to write down price point, value, how many people are coming in before you can even go out to get a sponsor. Okay? And then here's the main thing. All sponsors want to know is, okay, if I'm going to give you $1,000, $5,000, what are they getting on return? The ROI. They want to know, if I'm giving you $5,000 that you're asking me for $5,000, because I've seen some sponsorship package that they've come in and they're asking for like $5,000, but they're not giving the sponsor a true package. Okay? You have to give the sponsor what they're getting for the true package. The sponsor needs to know, if I'm giving you this $5,000, what's the brand? Why should I be a sponsor at the tables? So going back to the gala, why should I sponsor this gala? Why should I buy a table? What am I getting for it? Are you going to give them their name on every flyer that goes out, on every ticket that goes out? Do they get their name on every table? If you're having big screens on the wall, does their name get to be put on the screen? Does the MC get to mention their name how many times? Does they have 5 minutes on stage? What is the value that a sponsor gets? So when you're thinking about getting a sponsorship, figure out what you can do in a package plan to give to the sponsor. And don't just give a sponsor one package at $5,000. Because maybe at this time, they're not ready to give $5,000, but they like your event, and they might give you $2,000, $1,000, or even $500, because everything put together helps out. Okay, so what is the sponsorship? What they're getting in return? And then here's the other thing too: get the right sponsor. Okay, this makes me laugh. Don't just give it to everybody. Okay, get the right sponsor for your event. Okay, so again, if I'm doing a gala event, okay, I'm not gonna go out and get a sponsor for Kibbles and Bits. Okay, I'm not gonna, just because it's a dog food company and they want to sponsor you because they like what the event you do. This event is not the right event for them. So don't be greedy and take them now. Tell them, look, this is not the right event for you. I love to work with you. I love you to be a sponsor. But how about we save you for like another event that's coming up in 2 weeks? I think you'll be perfect for that one. Get the right sponsor. I see a lot of events that people sponsor and it doesn't fit the event. Okay? Make sure that the sponsor you get is willing to sit down with you and see if there's the product works with your event, because that's key. You know what I mean? They're not going to get traffic coming to them if it's a gala and they're selling Kibbles and Bits. Nobody's going to go to them and take a flyer. It just doesn't put a package together. All right? So make sure that your sponsor is there. And here's the other key thing. When you're getting a sponsor, give. Okay? And when I mean give, don't be greedy. Okay? Sometimes you get sponsors that can only afford the $500 package. Okay? This is a little hint I'm telling you right now. Give them a little extra. Okay? Work with your sponsors. Because at the end of the day, if your sponsor can see that you're willing to work with them, because at this time, you know, they might have did 10 other shows already, so their budget is real low, and they can only afford the last bit, which they have $500 left. Don't say, well, you only got $500, so I'm not going to give you this, I'm not going to give you that. There's other things you can give them to show them that you love their value. The value that they're giving you to coming into the event is golden. Because next year, they're going to think, you know something? I only had $500, but this show, this guy was willing to give me a little extra because we want to work together. So don't be greedy, okay? Give as much as you can. Your sponsors is key. There's shows out there that have had the same sponsor for over 20 years. Why? Because they've built a relationship. They showed you the value. It's a give and take. And I guarantee you, some years that sponsor gave them the full amount, and some years they didn't. But I don't know about you, but I'd rather have a sponsor that's going to be with me for longevity compared to a sponsor that's in this year and gone next year. Okay? Get the right sponsor. So here's the key things, running over again. One, in sponsorship, check the value of your event. That's the first thing. Make sure you can offer why should somebody sponsor you, because this is what you get when you come to my event. This is what you do. Number two, what does a sponsor get in return? Remember, all sponsors want to know, if I'm giving you this money, how is it going to help my company? How is it going to brand my company? And how am I going to move forward? Okay? Number three, get the right sponsor. All right? I know it's tempting. Trust me, I've been there. I've had people come to me and say, look, oh yeah, here's $1,000. I want to be on this show. And at the end of it, I learned from my mistakes. I took it thinking, yeah, that's money coming in. It can help me. But when the show starts, they're just off. Like, there's nowhere you can merge them into the event, because it doesn't, what they're selling or what their brand is doesn't mix. Okay? It just doesn't mix. So make sure you're getting the right sponsor for your event. And don't lose a sponsor. Just because you say no to them now doesn't mean they're not going to say yes to something later on. If they see what you do and they value your work and your brand, they will come back. Okay? And then lastly, don't be greedy. Remember, give. The more you give to sponsors, the more sponsors will give to you. Quick story. I worked with one sponsor. They couldn't afford the full package, but they really wanted to come in. So I said, something, I'm going to help you out. And I gave them extra for the value that, what they want. I worked something out where we can give them little extra stuff here and here. About a year later, I got a phone call from that sponsor because they remember what I did. And they had an event, and they brought me into their show absolutely free. I didn't have to pay anything. They said, because you helped us out on this one, we'll give you our basic package, but you don't have to pay for it. We can bring you in free. That's working with your sponsor and working with a good company that will remember you to get back. All right? We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we get back, I'm going to give you the build the relationships. In business, you have to build relationships, and I'm going to teach you how right after this break.
Think you have what it takes to bring value to the community? The TCN TV network is expanding and now accepting TV show proposals. Here's an opportunity to build celebrity status and become part of an elite group of community advocates that are focused on building, strengthening, and empowering our community in a positive way. Are you interested in embarking on a new adventure? TCN TV is searching for people interested in opportunities to change the conversation and pave an unforgettable legacy. If you feel you have something of value to offer, send a written show proposal to shows@mytcntv.com.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Hey guys, and welcome back to CMJ Live. It's a different type of show today. I've been in business for 10 years. This month it makes my 10-year anniversary. So I wanted to help you guys out, because if you remember my last couple of guests, they always say to me, tell somebody, give them some tips. It's not giving away all your secrets. You're just helping somebody out, because there's only one you and they can't do it like you. But if I can help somebody out there, I'm going to help you. So before, we were talking about sponsorship, how to get the right sponsor. Now something I want to touch on is called building relationships. Every good business has built relationships. For example, I would not be sitting here right now in front of you if I didn't build a proper good relationship with this company. Okay? When you build relationships, there's always a runoff for things for the future. All right? So let's get into it. First thing you need to do is, we're going to talk about Nick. Building relationships is you got to find somebody in the industry. Okay? So I went with Nick. Nick owns a tuxedo shop, and I was with him for about, I'd say, 6 months. In and out, just, finding out little things about the industry, how it's changing, what to look for, what should I do. Every time he invited me out to do one of the bridal shows, I said yeah, because I wanted to learn that industry at that time. Okay? I want to know the ins and outs. Here's the thing that people don't understand. Before you jump into anything, learn. And the best way to do that is to get a mentor. Okay, someone that's been in there, somebody that you respect, and someone that has a good relationship. When I mean a good relationship, a good track record with their customers. Okay, if you go online and you check out the store, check out the person, if they got a good relationship rapport with the customers, they're doing something right. So staying with Nick, he was teaching me the ins and outs about how to approach somebody, how to approach a client, how to work with a client and a customer at the same time. Now you have to remember, to me, a client and a customer is kind of two different things. Okay, you can have a client where he works with you to do the event, but he's not so much a partner. And then to me, you can have a customer and all they are is they're buying your product. Okay, so when you break it down, learn the industry. You Google. We had a guest before and they say Google, YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, you can go on YouTube right now and somebody else like myself is talking about how to get a sponsor. All right. So, you can learn a little from me. Go on YouTube, research it again. And some things I'm saying, if they repeat it, then you go, okay, I see that the value of what they're saying is the same. All right. So Google is a great tip. Also, let's go old school. The best way I learned, for a couple of years, I went into different shops and pretended I was shopping. Okay? So I would go into banquet halls and ask them questions about plating, arrangements, how much deposit I got to put down, sound equipment, how much people can hold on the dance floor, with a dance floor, without a dance floor, lighting. All these things is called hands-on. So you go in like you're a customer and learn about it. So if you wanted to do graphic design, go to a company, call them and say, listen, I have this flyer that I need made. How long will it take? They give you a rough estimate. Okay, but if I want to add this and this, how long will it take? You're learning. And as you learn, take your notes down. Find out about the industry. Because once you get a good grasp on the industry, then you can move on. Okay? So learning the industry, getting to know the industry is key, very key. All right? Next thing I want to talk to you about is showing the trust. Okay? When you're building a relationship with somebody, you have to build that trust. So if you're going into, like, for example, I'll use my partners from my company. Everybody that's on my company, I had to build a trust and relationship with them and work with them. You don't expect someone just to be on your side and work with you if you're going to not bring a value to their company. And what I mean by that is, in the beginning, Nick and I started to work together, or another company started to work together. I have a great girl. Her name is Akua. She's my decor. Now with Akua, we started slowly, giving each other little gigs here and there just to feel each other out, to see, can we build a bond and can we build a relationship? Okay. Now, here's why I'm saying building relationships is key, okay? When I get hired outside from a different company, I know that I built a relationship with Akua that I can call her real quick. I can call her tonight, midnight, and say, Akua, listen, a client of mine needs this. Can I get it for you? She trusts me because we built the relationship that I don't need to send an invoice. I don't need to, go to her shop. We've built that relationship. And in business, you need relationships, okay? People know that they can call me at any time, and all my people on my team will go out there. Why? Because they trust me, and two, they've seen my track record. They always get paid on time, the work is done, and they get repeated work. Here's the main thing. If you're gonna build relationships with somebody, there's give and take. I'll give you a perfect example. This weekend we have Carabram, so make sure you guys come out to Carabram, Chris Gibson Recreation Center. All right, make sure I see you. 125 McLaughlin, little plug. All right. Now, give you a perfect example. I'm looking for staging. Okay. So, of course, you shop around. I called my people. And then people on my team called somebody else. Now, the other company is about $150 cheaper. My company, I've worked with them for years. Now, here's it is. Is it the $150 really worth breaking the relationship with your partner? I say no. It's $150. Big whoop, okay? You're going to try to save $150 and break a relationship with your partner that you've had for over 5 years, okay? For what? And you can rely on this guy at any time to call him and say, listen, I need this, I need that, and he's there for you, okay? Sometimes it's give and take. So I told the team, listen, he's good, he's always with us, it's $150. Even if I have to eat it, I will eat it, because building relationships in long term is worth it than doing it in short term, okay? Get the relationships and build them. All right, now here's the last key thing. You need a trust factor in your relationship, okay? Sometimes, and I'm telling you this from experience, you're going to lose partners, okay? You're going to find people out there and you have to weed through partners, okay? I'll give you a perfect example. Had a business partner. We did events together. I would give them gigs, a lot of gigs, okay? I realized after a while, gigs weren't coming back to me. So that's a red flag right there. If you have a partner that you keep pushing and pushing and you're sending them clients, but clients are not coming back, red flag number 1, okay? Number 2, your clients, when you send them to your partner, your partner should be working under you at that time. So if that client says to you, well, how much will you do this for? You need to say to them, go back to Chuck or go back to your partner. Don't break the relationship bond, okay? Because clients will be out there fishing, trying to find out if they can get in between you and your partner at the time to get a better deal. Always work with your partner, okay? And the last thing is, and this is a big no-no, never card your partner's client, okay? And what I mean by that, your partner sends you a client. He's working on the gig. You're just supposed to do a part of the show, okay? If the partner says to you, oh, great, how do I get in touch with you? You always send them back to your partner. Never give them your business card. Never give them your phone number. Your answer is, oh, if you need to get back in touch with me, go through the person that sent you. That is the bond relationship. Because at the end of the day, if it wasn't for that person sending you that client, you would never have that client. Okay? So let's run through it again. Building relationships is key because when you need them, they're there. That's number 1. Number 2, never card your partner's client. Okay? Because it always gets mixed up and sticky in the end. Because here's the funny thing. That person can 3 days later call you back and you don't know it's them and try to will you down for a cheaper price. Now, you offer them a deal not knowing who they are, and they go back to your other partner and say, well, I'm not going with you anymore because I got a better deal over here. Okay? Never mix up the relationship. And remember, relationship is key to any business. You're going to go through a whole bunch of people. Before I found the team I have now, it took me 10 years to find my team. And I think right now I have the best team around. You know, go to my website, cmjent.com. Take a look at all my partners on there. I know I can rely on them. Last minute, do a show. And here's the best thing about it too. A good partner knows you that they don't have to call you. They can handle a situation because they know how you operate. They know your class and your standard of business, so they can handle it. So if a situation arises, and we all have different situations that are going to pop up, the key people on your team, your partners, the people you build relationships, can handle any situation. All right? We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, I'm going to give you some business tips, and then I'm going to answer some business calls. I'm going to answer your calls. So if you want to call in and ask some questions, 647-931-4701. You're watching CMJ Live, and I'm giving you the tips. We'll be right back.
Think you have what it takes to bring value to the community? The TCN TV network is expanding and now accepting TV show proposals. Here's an opportunity to build celebrity status and become part of an elite group of community advocates that are focused on building, strengthening, and empowering our community in a positive way. Are you interested in embarking on a new adventure? TCN TV is searching for people interested in opportunities to change the conversation and pave an unforgettable legacy. If you feel you have something of value to offer, send a written show proposal to shows@mytcntv.com.
Hey guys, and welcome back to CMJ Live. I'm your host, Charles Matthews, and I've been just giving you some helpful tips that I hopefully, for your business, what I've learned over my 10 years, because this month is my 10-year anniversary. So I'm excited. It took a long time to get to where I am. So I've been just giving you little helpful tips. We talked about sponsorship, and we talked about building relationships with your partners. So the last thing I'm going to talk to you about is some business tips that I learned, and some business tips that I learned the hard way, and some business tips that I've learned and I lost a lot of money. Okay, and I don't want you to go down that road, so here's what I'm gonna help you out. Okay, number one, and I wrote it here, number one, when you start your business, slow down, take your time. Okay, we're all excited, we start a new business, we get a business card, we get a website, we throw this up, we throw this up, we throw this up. We like to rush into it without, like I said in the beginning, doing our research, looking to see if the business card has everything on it, making sure we find the perfect person to design our business card. Our logo, your logo is key, okay? Don't rush into it. Your logo is your brand, okay? I've just rebranded. This is my brand new logo, and I'm pushing hard. I've had a first logo for the first 9 years. Because of my 10-year anniversary, I wanted to rebrand myself. But here's the thing, once you rebrand, it's everywhere. So make sure it's something you like, make sure it's something that you want. So slow down. Don't run off and, send your money here and advertise. When I first started, everybody came to me, oh, hey, you should come in this magazine because we'll get you lots of clients. And I looked at it and go, oh yeah, this is a great magazine. Threw money in there. Newspapers, threw money in there. People would call and say, yeah, we're online marketing. I'm like, okay, yeah, we guarantee you'll get 30 clients per month. I'm like, sure, throw money in there, okay? Because you're so excited to have a new business, you just want to get it out there. Take your time. You're not going to get the clients you want right after the shoot. It takes time. My first 2 years, I never got one client off of any of those advertising. Not one. All my clients came from word of mouth. I did a couple weddings, and I did them for free. 1, get my foot through the door. 2, I realized, okay, the wedding would have at least a minimum of 150 people there. And I'm thinking, out of that 150, somebody else around there must be getting married. Someone else in there must need marketing. Someone else in there must need an event to be done. So that my first couple of weddings when I started off, I told them, listen, I'll MC for free. Get it out there. After that, every gig I got for those first 2 years was word of mouth. I asked you, oh, so hey, how'd you find me on internet? No. Oh, how'd you find me? A newspaper? No. How'd you find me? Oh, you did so-and-so's wedding. I was there. I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? So slow down, okay? Number 2, I just talked about it, research. Make sure you do your research, okay? There is thousands of people coming at you. Like, I get calls every day about SEO. I'm like, okay, what is SEO? If I don't know what SEO is, I can't help myself or my business. So, they'll call you, and I said, okay, no problem. Give me a week. Let me look at it. What did I do? I went on the computer and researched SEO for 4 days. Let me learn a little bit about it. So when the company's calling me, telling me, oh, you need this because we do this, this, and this, I have some knowledge to say, oh, yeah, that's right. Or no, I don't need that, or what it is. So do your research. Do your research on social media marketing. Do your research on product marketing. And do your research on calling up a bunch of friends that have businesses and ask them what's worked for you, what didn't work, and what's the best value. Okay? I'm going to give you one tip, and everybody should know this, okay? When you're starting off, there's thousands of free advertising on the net. You do have to research it, okay? There's companies out there that are looking for you to advertise with them, and they're only charging $50 for the year. Excuse me. All right? So make sure you go on there and check them out. Different companies are starting up, and they're looking for companies like you to add to their website. Now, here it is. More times your stuff is out there, more people will see it. So before you rush and go spend any money, look for the free advertising. Okay? It's out there. Go get it. Okay? Now, here's a here's a key one. I wrote down, not every deal is the best deal. Okay? I've been duped. I'm saying it live on, I'm saying it now. Chelsea, you heard me say it, right? I've been duped. I've been, someone comes to you with a best deal ever, and sometimes they say the deal's too good to be true. Sometimes it is, and sometimes you just need to do your research. And I keep bringing up that word, research. What I didn't do is when they came with this great deal, I thought, oh yeah, great. I ran home, told all my friends, I'm going to get in this, I'm going to have this, I'm going to have this. But I didn't stop to say, let me research this company, let me research the deal, and let me research if that deal is good for my company and what I do. Okay? Everybody is going to come to you. I'm going to use Chelsea as a perfect example, okay? Chelsea just started her graphic designs and videos. She's got a brand new company. Make sure you check it out, okay? Now, I've had companies that would come to Chelsea and say, oh, we see that you do graphic design. Yeah, it's great. Well, we own this big company, and we're always looking for graphic designers like yourself. And you're like, okay, that's great. Yeah, we average over 100 clients per month. But here's the thing. To become one of our graphic designers, and we have a website we could add you to, it's going to cost you $100 a month, Chelsea. And you're thinking, okay, it's $100 a month, but they get 100 clients per month. So if I get 2 clients, no biggie, because that $100 I'll just put into the fee, right? They show you their graphic design. They show you this big website, and you think, wow, okay, they're going to send me 100 clients a month. Stop. Okay? Stop. Say, sure, no problem. If they really want you, they'll have the patience to wait. So if you tell them, you know something, I need some time. Give me 2-3 days. Let me think about it. You always get that person, why do you need to think about it? It's a great deal. We're coming at you. We could have found anybody else. We could have went after anybody else. But we sought you out because, we like. You're like, okay, well, since you sought me out and I do great work, then you'll give me the 4 days I need to think about it. Okay? Don't rush into partnerships and don't rush into advertising or doing events. Here's the other thing too. When I first started, I first started doing weddings. My main core was weddings. I was approached by 4 different bridal shows. Oh yeah, we get this, we get that, and I was so excited to have my company. I went into all 4. Okay? An average booth was $500. Okay? So I went into all 4, $500. All right? That's $2,000. Okay? Here's the funny thing. If I had done my research, there is one bridal show that kicks everybody's butt. Their booth is $1,500. They get more traction than all those other 4 bridal shows combined, and they do it on 3 days when these bridal shows were like 1 day, 2 days. Stop. slow down. I could have saved myself $500, did one show for the year, saved my money on paying people to come to my booth, on flyers, on all this other stuff, if I had stopped, slowed down, did my research. All right? Here's the last thing, okay? It's okay to say no. All right? I see a lot of people when they get into business and people will come to them, offer them this or offer them that, and they're too shy to say no. Okay? Chelsea was here. We talked about what she does. Graphic design is a talent and it takes time. Okay? Her price, say, is $5. Okay? That's her price. If someone comes to you and says, "Oh, come on, I can do it for me, do it for me now because I'll send you more clients." All right? Now, you might have a bill to pay or you're going on a trip or your car needs gas and you're thinking, "Oh, I could really use some money right now." But here's the funny thing. Once you take that $350, you're lowering your value and you're lowering the skill set that you're putting forth. Because that client now knows every time they come to you, they can bargain you down. Stick to your guns. If you're worth $5, that's what you're worth, stick to your guns. Charge them. So I had to learn that. When I was first starting out, people, I would say, okay, for me to come MC is, $350. Oh, well, can't you do better? Because, next week my aunt's getting married and I got a cousin I can tell you about. And I have a lot of friends around my age going to get married. And I'm like, well, no. And I'm thinking, I just got a new son, house, mortgage. If I get anything, I should be happy with it. No. Because once you do that, again, you suffer. So I learned my lesson. I got a quick story. I called a client. They called me. He wants me to do the event. He's heard about me. People sent them to me, and he said that more than one person sent them to me. So I said, okay. He asked me what it is. I said to you, my budget is $500 to do this event. Oh, $500. Well, can't you do better? I do so many shows around the city. He gave me his website. He gave me all the events he does. Oh, can't you do it better? And a part of me, because he does so many events, the attraction of him doing so many events and me getting on stage so often, I almost said, okay. But then I remember, what is your value? And it's okay to say no. So you know something? I turned him down. I said, well, I appreciate it. This is my value. Other people sent you to me. You've heard about me. That's why you're calling me. Because you have to remember, why is he calling you? Why is this person coming after you? There's a reason they're coming after you. They like what they saw. They love the value of what they saw. So don't diminish your value. So I told the person no. I said, thanks for your help and thank you for calling. I appreciate it. I said no. Hung up the phone. And let me tell you something. Man, my stomach was turning. I felt sick. I'm like, oh, I just lost a gig. Oh my God. That's it. That's money I could have used. My car needs tires. Everything is there. Let me tell you something. 3 days later, that same gentleman called me back. And what happened? He paid me what I asked because he saw the value. Other people recommended me. So 3 days later, he did call me back. All right? So it's okay to say no. All right? Like I'm going to say no right now and go to a quick commercial. And we're going to be right back. Give us a call, 647-931-4701, or hit us up on Facebook. If you have any questions, you can go on Facebook. Let us know. I'll answer your questions right after the break.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Think you have what it takes to bring value to the community? The TCN TV network is expanding and now accepting TV show proposals. Here's an opportunity to build celebrity status and become part of an elite group of community advocates that are focused on building, strengthening, and empowering our community in a positive way. Are you interested in embarking on a new adventure? TCN TV is searching for people interested in opportunities to change the conversation and pave an unforgettable legacy. If you feel you have something of value to offer, send a written show proposal to shows@mytcntv.com.
Hey guys, and welcome back to CMJ Live. I've been just giving people business tips, and then I'm going to throw something in. I wasn't planning on doing it, but since I'm giving everybody tips, I'm going to give you this one tip. We're going to talk about a little bit something off business. The first couple of minutes I've been giving you business tips, all right? So I'm going to backtrack a little bit. In the first segment, we talked about sponsorship. Know your value, know the value of your show, give your sponsors a great value, and work with your sponsor. Okay, so that was a couple of hints about getting sponsorships for your gigs. Okay, number two, I touched on building relationships. Okay, when you build a relationship, is key for business and for longevity. Okay, you got to find key people out there to build relationships. So if you're in a jam, if you need anything last minute, your partners will be there because they trust you, they trust your brand, and they see how you work. All right, build relationships is key. Make sure you get that in there. And then the last business tip I was giving is, one, it's okay to say no. We talked about that. Stick to your value. Find out what it is. And we also talked about slowing down. Okay? Don't rush into things. When you're starting off a business, it's a lot to take in. Find out. And there's key things out there that can help you. Okay? So here's a couple of key things that, to me, every business should use. It's a great tip. All right? So one of them is get a good person or a good system to keep your books and your records. Okay? It's hard when you're first starting off. Get a filing system. There's so many things like in the cloud right now where you can send all your invoices up. Get a proper filing system. Get something that's usable and get something that's easy to use. Okay? So that's number one. Get something that will help you organize yourself. All right. If you're not an organized person, you know, or if you look at some of my past shows, we have people out there that will come to your home and help you organize. Okay. That's key for business. Be organized. All right. So one, invoice. There's a lot of companies out there, a lot of machines out there, you know, online that will help you with your invoices. Two, be organized. And then my last tip is the breakdown. Okay. Clients are always going to call you and asking you, you know, how you do this, how you do that, or what's this price and what's that price. Have a breakdown sheet. Okay. Sometimes you only have 30 seconds on the phone to grab that client and make the best impression. Have your stuff repetitive. Make sure you know your pricing. Make sure you know everything you need to know, because they will call somebody else. If they feel like you're dodging and not answering questions, they'll tell you thank you very much, and they're on the phone calling your competitor, somebody right after. Okay? Make sure you get that. I'm going to talk about one more thing since I'm giving away little helpful hints and tips. We're going to leave business and go into tip number one, going to speak in front of the mic. Okay? Like I said, when I first started off, it was weddings. My company was mainly weddings. And I can remember every time I'm going to call up the father of the bride or the best man or the maid of honor, it's like it was a scary thing for them. They start sweating. They had to run to the bar and, you know, get a couple of shots in them before they had to go speak. So I'm going to give you a couple of hints about going up to a microphone and speaking so you feel comfortable. All right? So tip number one, when you're going to do your speech or think about your speech, don't overdo your speech. Okay? People lose attention after 3 minutes. Okay? I like to tell everybody, make your speech 3 to 5 minutes. Get it in there. Don't drag it out. Don't tell too many stories. Don't make your audience fall asleep. Once you get up there, attention span is between 3 to 5 minutes. So if you're doing a best man speech, maid of honor, or your toast to the bride, or father of the bride, mother to the bride, I say you get a little bit longer. People will pay more attention to you because you are the father and mother of the bride or the groom. Okay, so I'll give you, 5 to 8 minutes on stage. When you're writing your speech, keep it short, keep it sweet. Don't put too many stories in it. You know what I mean? Everybody thinks if I'm the best man, I have to tell 9 stories why we're such best friends and how did we meet. Okay? And then they tell the stories about, oh, when I was 9, and they try to build it up until he's 25. We didn't need to know all that. We know you're the best man for a reason. We know you're good friends. We don't need to know the whole story right then and there. Okay? So number 1, when you're going to write your speech, keep it short, keep it sweet. Pick the best story ever. Pick the best story, like remember when you guys went camping and maybe he slipped and fell down the hill and landed, in manure or something? That's the one you use, okay? We don't need all 5 of them, okay? Number 1. When you get to the venue, okay, as the best man or the maid of honor, you're allowed to go into the banquet hall, okay? Go into the banquet hall and walk up to the podium. Go stand behind the podium and look out. Feel comfortable. So you get used to how the podium feels, how the mic feels. Get used to it. I've seen a lot of people when they go to do a speech, they go up to the podium for the first time and they look out, and then you could see that they look shell-shocked because they didn't feel how it would feel to be up there. Sometimes podiums are on top of the stage. Sometimes they're in front of the bride. Sometimes they're on the left. If you're the best man, maid of honor, or anybody doing a speech, get in there early, go to the podium where the mic is, get comfortable, okay? Because if you're not comfortable, it translates to everybody else in the audience. They can tell. You're fidgeting, you're trying to work with your papers, you're not feeling comfortable. Go in, position the mic. Make sure the mic is where you want it to be, okay? Get comfortable. That's the main thing. If you can see, okay, the head table's over there, my parents' tables are there, my friends are going to be over there. Okay, I feel comfortable. Get comfortable, okay? Next tip. You and the mic need to become best friends, okay? Because if you see how I'm talking right now, into the mic. We see a lot of people, they are talking into the mic, and all of a sudden they forget that it's a mic, and then they move away and they're slowly talking and the sound sounds different. Remember, you have a microphone, okay? And here's the other thing too. A lot of people hold the microphone when they're holding a mic down here. It's like it's a resting period, okay? I'll go to the camera a little bit. They hold it down here. The mic, this furry part, needs to be up near your mouth, okay? That's a key thing, okay? When I mean near your mouth, I don't mean you're going to eat the mic like a lot of people talk, like they're talking like this and it doesn't sound too great, okay? It's a microphone. It picks up sound. So I'm going to show you guys right now. Get comfortable. I like to have it right here. Your voice should be directly in to the mic so you feel comfortable when you're on stage, okay? And you can hear yourself. If you can't hear yourself coming out, that means A, I'm too far away, or B, I'm talking too soft and people can't hear. Yes, it's a microphone, but you got to present your voice. The DJ, the AV guy will turn you up or turn you down, but there's only so much he can do if I'm talking like this, all right? So talk, get used to it, talk into the mic, all right? That's the first key thing. One-on-one, you and the mic, best friends, all right? Last tip I'm going to give you, think of a sound. Think of a sound that you want to make that gets you comfortable, okay? So this is what I do. I'm giving you my CMJ Charles Matthews 1 tip. Before I get on the mic and no one can see me, I always make one sound. I always go, because I do that so I can hear myself come out, so I can get comfortable. So I always do that before I get onto any stage or before I do anything. That's my thing, because when I can hear my voice come out, I can feel comfortable. A lot of people wait till they get right to the mic and then they start talking and they hear themselves and they're like, whoa. Or they say this word, can you guys hear me? Yes, we can hear you. You're on the mic. So what I like to do is just do a quick And then I can hear it and go, okay, I feel comfortable. And then I start talking. Okay? So, key things. 1, get comfortable in the mic. Test the mic. Go to the podium. Make sure you feel comfortable. 2, in your speech, short, sweet, impactful, 3 to 5 minutes, because that's all you have. At different events, you lose people's attention. Okay? Also, remember, make love to the mic. You and the mic is the best friends. If you want to be great at the mic, make sure the mic is there. Okay? And lastly, find your niche. Okay? If you are a person that wants to talk and you have a pen, maybe you're a pen person, like you need to hold something. I've seen people that they're fidgety and they're constantly, because they need something to do with their hands, because they're nervous or they're taking their speech and they're doing something. What I like to tell people is take something up. So if you're going to do a speech, take the glass up with you. Hold the glass in your hand so you can't fidget. All right? So those are my little helpful hints to get you to do your best man speech, maid of honor, or the bride, the groom. Little helpful hints. All right? So listen, we are changing up the show. CMJ is going to be a little different. We are doing new things. For the last month, I've been working hard trying to get new guests coming in, and I'm super excited. We have a sponsor coming on board. We have Spotlight. We have new artists. So in the new show coming up pretty soon, it's called Spotlight. Right here, I'm going to give somebody 30 seconds to shine. They can talk about yourself, talk about what you want to do. So if you want to come on my show, CMJ Live, give me a call. You can call me at 416-414-8964. I'm looking for people that want to advertise their business. I'm looking for people that want to showcase, because we have the platform to help others. Helpful tips that I'm getting and I'm learning, you want to help other people too. So remember, give us a call. This is the platform for you. All right? Now, like on every show, I do it for all my guests. It's called the shout out. So I want to do my own shout out. Big shouts out to everybody that's coming up to Carabram this weekend. Chris Gripson Recreation Center, 125 McLaughlin Road. It's Carabram, the Caribbean Pavilion. We have China, Latin America, Africa, food, music, entertainment. I want to see you starting tomorrow at 5 o'clock, Saturday and Sunday. This has been CMJ Live. I've been your host, Charles Matthews. I'll see you next time.
We'll be right back.